Sunday?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I think it's a great occasion for the club, obviously first Scottish Cup final. I think for a lot of players of that as well, we've got a young squad, a lot of young players in there who are obviously it's their first taste of it. So no, as a squad we're buzzing for it, looking forward to it.
You're just speaking to Eva there about the fact that you're obviously underdogs going into this game. Can that help? Does that maybe take the pressure off a wee bit in what is a big pressure game?
Oh, 100%. I think like everyone knows that. We're obviously the underdogs going into this game, and I think that does relieve a lot of pressure from the players. But I think going into a cup final, anything can happen. Over that 90 minutes, 120 minutes, anything can happen. So looking forward to that.
Rangers obviously had a disappointment at the weekend there. Is it about maybe trying to capitalise on that if they are still hurting from losing out on the league title?
I think that can go one or two ways, to be fair. It either fuels the fire or you're still hurting from it. So to us, that doesn't take, we don't take that into account going into this weekend. We know for them it's the same as us. It's one game, it's one cup final, and winner takes all.
Your manager talked a lot about the importance of belief. Do you sense that belief amongst you and your squad going into Sunday's game?
Yeah, 100%. We know obviously Rangers have had the upper hand against us this season. But I think obviously the 1-0 victory against them a few weeks back, I think that gives a bit of belief, gives our squad a bit more confidence going into the game, and that's exactly what you need going into these sort of games.
And going into this game, you'll be underdogs against Rangers, but is that title something that can work in your favour?
Yeah, I think the pressure's on them, essentially. We go into this, there's no pressure on us at all going into this game, and I think that's something that can work for us. But yeah, I think, obviously, like I said, that victory against them a few weeks back does add to a bit of belief and a bit of confidence in the squad going into Sunday's game.
And what would it mean to you personally after Sunday's game to lift the Scottish Cup with this club?
Yeah, it'd be massive. It'd be huge for the club. We've obviously finished 4th again in the league. We did that a few weeks back, so that was a great achievement in terms of that. So I think going and lifting the Scottish Cup would just be a great end to the season.
Emma, you guys have already beaten Hearts a couple of weeks ago, a result really that
We are Hearts, sorry.
Beating Rangers, but changed the course of the league. How much can you draw on that ahead of Sunday?
Yeah, I think in terms of how the league went for them, I think we more focused on us. I think it was big for us to get that victory. That was our first victory over a top 3 side. And I think that helps us and stands us in good stead, because that's essentially where we want to be. Finishing 4th for 2 seasons in a row, I feel like then breaking into that top 3 will be the next step for us.
There's also a feeling that Rangers are the overwhelming favourites going into this one on Sunday. Does that play into your hands and as to your favour?
Yeah, I just think, like I've said before, I just think the pressure's more on them. But then again, a cup final, anything can happen in a cup final. I think in terms of underdogs or who everyone else is saying can win the game, I think that goes out the window when it comes to a final, because essentially there's only one winner, and I think form and stuff goes out the window when it comes to a cup final.
What would it mean to you to be part of a Hearts team that were the very first ever Scottish Cup winners?
Massive. I think it'd be a huge achievement. Be a great end to the season for the club. I think it'd be huge for the club as well, because it was the first time, like you say, that they've lifted the Scottish Cup, and I think that can only propel things going forward as well.
You know what it's like to be at Rangers and have success and the pressure that's on you to have success, but given how big of an achievement it would be if Hearts were to win this game, do you think it maybe means slightly more to you guys than it would to Rangers, given that they've already lifted a trophy as well?
I think if you're a winner, I think every time you win something, it means the same. I think, like, if you want to be a winner and win things in any competition, I think it means the same every time, personally.
And what's the kind of attitude, the mood in the dressing room? Excitement, nervousness, what's it been like this week?
A bit of everything, to be fair. I think, like I've said, we've got a lot of younger players. So to me as well, like the experienced players, your Kira Grants and stuff that have been in cup finals and have won things, I think they're important. But I also think the youngsters, there's no fear there going into a cup final, because the youngsters are a bit like that. So I think as a group, we have a great mix in there, and I think everyone's just looking forward to the game.